And the whole thing was like the ugly back fence, take a photo of your hairy husband, post it up to our Facebook page, and you're in the chance to win a trip to Hawaii or whatever it might be, okay? Now, it's still flushed out an incredible number of people, but my view is that I would not normally do this. I mean, the client asked for it, so I'll do it. But the reason I wouldn't is because you should go duck shooting in the duck season. Remember when Michael was saying to us before, I've got an audience, I've got lots of people, and I said, well, who's your easiest one to sell to? He said, baby boomer men. I said, bang, well, that's where we head first. I'm not saying you ignore the other people, but you put more money behind that. In this instance, when 90% of people who get laser treatment are women, I would not be concentrating on the 10. And the reason I wouldn't be, what if we double the number of men that get laser treatment? Do you think that's going to let them buy an island? No. So anyway, lesson. I don't know whether she learnt the lesson or not. This one here is an interesting one, and I think we've got the partner of this business in the room, haven't we? Where I spoke to him earlier. No, he's not here. Okay, but this is okay. So this is all about Dr. Damp, and these guys do pretty well in winter because it's difficult in summer because the dampness doesn't really reveal itself as much. So therefore, this was a campaign in December, and this was to flush out, business in December, which normally wouldn't be the case. And you'll see there that what we're trying to do is scare the shit out of parents, that if they have damp, get it done now, okay, before the colder season comes, because guess what? It could be affecting your children. Anybody here who's a parent or grandchildren or grandparent, and if we said that something was risking, the health of your child, would you do something about it? I think we all would, okay. In my instance, we've got 6 children. I'd do something about it for 5 of them. 1 of them I'm not too keen on, so, yeah. Okay, so therefore that goes through the landing page, usual stuff. This is an interesting one. It's a burger place. It's a burger place over in Brisbane, and what he did, he said to me, we want to fill the place between 5 and 7 because we already have people in at 7 o'clock, which most restaurants do. You've seen the early bird specials and all that? So what we do is we just put this ad on Facebook, and we actually put out a whisper word at lunchtime. And that whisper word goes out, and it says, if you whisper moo moo, I think that's it there. I don't know. If you whisper moo moo, that one's a voucher one. The other one is a whisper word. We say, if you whisper moo moo tonight in the restaurant between 5 and 7, we'll give you a free hamburger. And these hamburgers are $15, $16 each. We remember the days you used to buy a hamburger after school for $2 or $3. Well, not anymore. These are all grilled hamburgers, so therefore they're $15. The cost of the hamburger to make is $3.20. So if we give away one for free, but asterisks, conditioned upon the fact that you would buy one, which means is that you're going to pay $15, but you get 2 hamburgers, guess what the cost is? $3.20 multiplied by 2. That's $6.40. The average person who comes in, of course, comes in with a partner because it's a 2-for-1 deal, and it's worded differently. The average spend for those people is sitting at $48. So would you pay $3? Same, and we drive them to this Facebook page, and you'll see all those people there putting up photos of their ugly fence. What are they screaming? They're screaming, we want you to come and give us an aluminium fence. That's what they're saying. That's what you want, and that's how you should be running your Facebook campaigns. There's a company in the US, and if you've been there, you've probably seen it, called Sprinkles Cupcakes. And Sprinkles Cupcakes uses Twitter, and they use Snapchat, they use Instagram, and they use Facebook really intelligently, because at 5 a.m. every morning, guess what they do? They actually post a whisper word. That's where I got the whisper word idea from. And that whisper word today might be sunshine. And if you're one of the first 50 people to get into their store, bullshit, but if you're one of the first 50 to get in there, you get a free cupcake when you whisper the word, like sunshine. They give you a free cupcake. But guess what? 72% of people buy a bagel, a coffee, and more cupcakes. So for the cost of a cupcake, which, 20 cents, do you think that's a successful campaign? And we don't have a photo here in this particular presentation, but normally I have a photo of people snaked around the block to whisper that word at breakfast time and get a free cupcake. That's how you use social media. Not to sort of have your hand out there with the Eiffel Tower when you're in Paris, and it's, not that stuff, okay? It's not about that. It's about putting money in the cash register. And this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen renovation one, so the ugliest kitchen in the world contest. And just before we break for lunch, I just wanted to play this to you. These are the guys that are in our 2-day event that we have 3 times a year throughout May and throughout August and November. And this guy's a bit cheeky, so I'm not sure what he's going to say, but we'll give it a shot.
JD's workshop's been fantastic. We've learned about video cards, promotions, Facebook advertising. We've also learned that as we get ideas and things like that, we now have a lot of people around us to help us bring those to fruition. So now we've not got the ideas, but we've also got the tools to implement in our business and increase sales. So it's been fantastic. Recommend it to everyone.
The last 2 days' content at JD's conference has been absolutely brilliant. Totally up-to-date Facebook hints and ways to implement them, and also great speaking on copy, and also some great guest speakers as well.
It's definitely been very valuable. Obviously, Facebook Live, we're checking all the bits and pieces yesterday. There's a lot of stuff that we haven't been implementing in our business, and we will take a lot of this direct marketing into it, obviously in the future. So it's been very, very good.
Hi, JD's workshops really showed us how to turn the Facebook into a sales tool.
I found JD's workshop to be fantastic. One thing that we're already doing a lot on Facebook, but there's so much more we can do. But one of the things that really stood out to me that we need to focus on in our business is the competence and training of our own staff to increase the value to our customers. So that's been great for me as well.
Well, I've never laughed so much and learnt so much at the same time. I'm in the event industry, and I'm working away with a whole bucket load of ideas to increase my turnover.
I've spent the weekend here at JD's workshop. It's been fantastic. One of the challenges for our business has been really connecting up with our target market and finding out what makes them tick, and how we can implement successful Facebook strategies and other media as well, so that we can get some good outcomes for our customers and also ourselves. Yeah, we found being a member in this environment has been fantastic. Before we kind of flatlined, and now with JD's fixing us, we've really turned around and starting to get some traction.
Okay, now we're going to break for lunch, but before we go, I'm just going to tell you quickly what the program is all about. You know what the private coaching one is. I've already mentioned to you that it's a masterclass program. This is what we call the masterclass. It's a 12-month program, and it's normally 3.5 a month, but at these events we provide it for 2.5 a month. If you sign up today, if you don't sign up today, come back tomorrow, it's 3.5 a month. Easy as that. And I'm teaching you direct response, by the way. And that is when I put one of those quite extensive marketing plans together for you, like that. So this one here is the Donald Property Group. It's a real estate agency over in Perth. I think they came on just before Christmas, and you'll see there it's pretty comprehensive. We don't mess around. It's online, offline. It goes right through what you should be doing in Facebook. You'll see in here that there'll be layouts for their website. We do basically a check of the search keywords and what the search volume is for all the keywords. It's pretty extensive. So I get my team around me who are the pointy head IT people to do half of this for me to make sure that you get all the stats that you need. This is where I become your quasi-marketing manager. So basically what happens with that is we have a call the week after you join up. So if you join up today, we have a call next week. You fill in a questionnaire before we do that. So therefore I know all about your business and your competitors. And then what happens is I go away and put that together, and you get this within 10 working days. And the reason I highlight that, if you go to an ad agency, then they will send the old fart in like me, might be John Singerton or someone like that, who hopefully will impress you with their knowledge. But guess what? Once you join up, who do you think you get to look after the account? A 23-year-old that just came out of uni who basically services your account. And I know that anyone here that's in their 20s hates me already, but the fact is that you won't get the same benefit out of a 23-year-old that you will a 100-year-old, because the thing is they haven't been around enough and made enough mistakes. They will give a lot of benefit, don't get me wrong. But the fact is, if you go to an advertising agency, that will happen. And if you go to an ad agency, guess what you'll find? I know I've worked in them, by the way. So what you'll find in an ad agency is that you will get an idea, one idea, maybe a month or 2 or 3 or 6 months later. You will not get a complete marketing plan put together, not chance. Now, if you multiply 2.5 by 12 months, that's 30K. I believe you get about half of that 30K's value in the first month, because you get all this done. You get this within 10 working days, okay? Within 10 working days. And think about what you're paying your receptionist at the moment and who you think you might get a better ROI. And then after that, you get all the bells and whistles that you'll get in this other program, which I'll talk to you about in a moment, but you get unlimited access to me. Okay, so you get unlimited access to me, which means that whenever you need to talk to me, if it's twice a week, if it's once a week, if it's 3 times a week, if it's 4, and what will happen, there'll be months where you need me desperately and you'll be a pain in the ass, okay? And you want to talk to me quite a lot that month, but merry-go-round the swings. You might not need me for the 3 or 4 weeks thereafter, okay? So we just deal, with people who are fair income. If you rang me every night at 1:45 to midnight, then I'd probably say, look, I think it's time that we split, okay? I think we should see other people. So it's just the merry-go-round and the swings, and we're pretty fair. As you can see, we're pretty down to earth, so therefore, we'll help when it's needed, as long as it just doesn't get out of hand. Okay, so that's that program, and the other one I'm going to explain to you if you want to hang around at lunch is one that we've called the Marketing Academy, and that's that pull-up banner on the other side of me here. And what that is that generally speaking, we normally sell that for $1,497 a month. It has a whole lot of bells and whistles in it. You've seen already, this here, and you saw the Wow Central thing, which basically is that ideas library. You get webinars, you get teleconferences with me every fortnight, you get access to me on our Facebook forum. And if, Sally, do you mind if I just give you a microphone, if we can have a microphone up here? I'm putting you on the spot, I know. But Sally, do you mind, you've been a member of this program for, what, about 3 months, 4 months? Okay. And could I just ask, if you don't mind, you might just mention what you've found to be value. This is the program that Sally's been in, if you don't mind. Thank you. I know I'll put you on the spot, but you might have to just stand up so they can see who you are.
JD is very forthcoming with compliance. I sent him an outline of what I thought I should put on my website and all that sort of stuff, which I'm going to build. And he got back to me very quickly with a better design and everything. But it's just been brilliant. Like, everything is there that you need. And generally, if I ask a question on Facebook, he's back to me within 12 to 24 hours, sometimes within 5 minutes. But yeah, definitely do it. It's absolutely brilliant for your business.
Thank you. Thank you. The reason I asked Sally...
more now.
Well, Sally brought Daryl, her husband, because Daryl, what happened, Sally was involved in one of these things, not my own one. I was speaking at someone else's function, and she went and blew the money to invest in the program. And I can imagine Daryl, when Sally gets home and goes, "You have not bought another seminar program, have you? Don't we?"
Yeah. That was pretty much...
Was it really? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so therefore, Sally was brave to do this, but nonetheless, I think she brought Daryl along today, because these guys have travelled from Adelaide, by the way, so they're already part of my program. They bought into it, so they've actually come because they wanted a bit of a reboot today. And I think Daryl sort of had not been to one of these, so therefore she brought her husband from Adelaide, so they've flown from Adelaide to be here. Thank you, Sally. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, so therefore the thing is that what I would like to suggest we do now is that, first of all, the program that Sally brought into is normally a $1,497 a month program. Do the maths, that's about 18 grand over a year. And what we do at these events is that we drop it by 2/3, okay? So we make it $497 a month, which is a pretty special price. Come back to us tomorrow, it's $1,497, okay? And I'm mentioning this to you now so that you can do the maths, $497. I'm going to give you the details if you want to stick around for lunch. But if that's too much for you and it's not your sort of thing, that's fine, go and have lunch downstairs. If you'd like to stick around, then what we'll do is run through the program with you and just show you what the content is. But if it's not for you because you just can't afford $497 a month, that's fine, we understand that. And please understand is that I'm not doing this for fun. This is a business model where we bring people into a room. Can I ask you, for the money that you paid, which is zero, have you got value out of it so far? Yeah. That's not a lot of love in the room. Have you got value out of it so far? Yeah. Okay, shit, yeah, JD, yeah. So therefore, I don't think we're Dr. Evil. I think we've been pretty damn fair. We give you a shitload of stuff, and if you don't invest in the program, that's great. Roll off and sort of do it yourself, but you've seen what Dr. Maura McGill did with her leaflet when she did it herself. You've seen what the what the other people have done when they think they've got it, and it's a bit like joining the gymnasium and you don't get the personal trainer. You never get as fit quickly, okay? So what we look at it is that the program that's $497 a month for today, which is normally 3 times that, that's a 12-month program, and you will get there eventually. Now, if you roll your sleeves up and run pretty fast with me, you'll get there in 3 or 4 months. If you're a little bit slower, it might take you 6, 7, 8, 10 months. That's fine. The private coaching program, we get you there pretty quick, because when someone's paying $2.5 grand a month, they're pretty serious, and we make sure that things happen pretty seriously. That's what you saw with the opal mine, and that's what you saw with the turf farm and all that sort of stuff. So listen, what we're going to do is give you some sandwiches if you stick around, and then if it's not for you, that's fine. We're not going to worry about that. Go out and have lunch and then come back. It's just on at the moment. What is it, 1:15? 1:15? Okay, so therefore be back at 2:15. Who wants to stick around and find out more about the Academy Pro? Just put your hand up so we know what to cater for, okay? Okay, right. So if you'd like to stick around with us now, and we'll just run through that for 20 minutes. We'll have some sandwiches for you. And then those that have to go out now, come back at 2:15. 2:15 an hour's time, okay? Thank you. And by the way, as you stand up, you know what to do.